o'clock, the TV's on.
Welcome to What's on Tap. I'm Aaron Heiss. I'm sitting with Jake from Strung Out. Welcome.
How's it going, man?
Living the dream, drinking a beer and talking about music.
Thank you for a nice afternoon.
Absolutely. So you guys are in town from Phoenix. You guys play here as often as you can, obviously.
A couple years or so, yeah. I'd like to play once a year, but sometimes, it takes a couple to get back. But it's been a few years, I think, since last time.
So what they're doing currently is they are promoting 20 years of Twisted by Design. Basically what you're promoting at the time.
It's the theme of the tour. Yeah, absolutely. 20 years, it just kind of snuck up on us. We didn't even realize it until a few months ago. We're like, wait a minute, we should do something to kind of honor the monumental achievement of putting out this record that long ago and still having people that care about it. So it's been a lot of fun. Great turnouts. Doing a lot of fun seeing the songs that we don't normally have in the set.
And with that set, without revealing it all, I know sometimes bands will play an entire album when they're going on tour to celebrate. Is that something we could expect?
Yeah, we're doing the whole record, and then we're doing some extra stuff as well. We were doing some acoustic songs as well off of our last EP that came out, but we've kind of cut that out of the set as of lately. So yeah, just kind of doing all the bangers of the old favorites and a couple songs off our last few records too.
And with that particular album, the EP that you guys have just released, there's a couple songs that you had made videos for. I believe that's Requiem and Town of Coruscant.
That's right.
So both of those songs, I imagine, are still on the set.
Yeah, well, not right now. We were doing Coruscant on the set, and over the last 6 months we've been doing it here and there. Okay. But it kind of takes up some time in the show to switch over to the acoustics and do that whole thing. Almost works better than just only an acoustic environment, just doing those songs by themselves. But we'll still mix them into the set here and there. But yeah, tonight we're not going to do either of those in there. Tonight.
No worries.
More the old stuff. But they're fun, it's a cool thing that we can do here and there. We can do it at our merchandise booth. We can just kind of set it up, we can do bars and coffee shops with it. Right. So it opens us up to doing more intimate, kind of smaller time gigs. So it's fun.
Excellent. And with the 20 years, or Twisted by Design, 20 years, in addition to that, these guys are about to hit a huge milestone. As of 2019, it'll be 30 years of Strung Out, and I believe you've been around for all of it.
Well, I joined in '92, and I got to correct you. That '89 rumor came out somewhere years ago. We actually started more like '91.
Okay.
So we're still a few years shy from the 30, but it's close enough.
Okay.
It's getting there. It's getting there. But we'll probably do something in 2021 to kind of commemorate maybe the Skinny Years album that we did. That was like a demo that the band had done before I even got involved, and then that ended up coming out on Fat. This is kind of like a demo release, but we've never played much of it, 1 or 2 songs. So I'd like to actually do a tour where we play that whole record in its entirety and do a bunch of new stuff. And we have so much material now that we could do like annual themes if we wanted every year pretty much of another record, but we're also working on a brand new record, so that's also a big priority for us.
Excellent. No, it's good news to hear. And so with that, you Wikipedia lovers, please get that updated and get rid of that bad information.
Yeah, it's our own fault. I think someone put it out years ago to try to make it that we had been around for 20 years back when we really hadn't, and it still haunts us. Like I hear it all the time. I'm just like, it's actually not totally true. Because I was like 14 in '89. I wish I was good enough to be in Strung Out when I was 14, but I had to wait till I was 17.
Fair enough. So with that, now you guys mentioned that, or excuse me, you just mentioned that there will be another album. Is there anything that we can anticipate as far as a release date or?
Well, we're hoping like next summertime.
Okay.
Yeah, we're hoping to track it like probably February and then take a few months to get it out, have it out maybe midsummer. But you never know, things get pushed back. Don't want to set anything in stone, but that's the plan right now. We have a lot of new material.
Excellent.
So we're very busy in the writing process right now. Finishing up this tour, we go to Japan for like a week at the end of the month, and then just kind of focusing on that after that.
Very cool.
Get it out.
So Japan, that's one that a lot of the bands are actually going to. It seems like a really good place.
It is. It's great.
Which actually brings me, we have a Patreon who wanted to inquire from you guys. What would you say is your favorite city or venue to play in, and why?
It's impossible to answer. There is no favorite. Every city's great for its own reason. Most of the cities are great for their own reasons, and there's something amazing about each one. Like we get bigger responses in certain cities. Denver is like a huge response for us. San Diego, Los Angeles, New York, Boston, Chicago. All the bigger cities generally do well for us. We don't do well in like Nashville, which is a big city that a lot of people really talk about. We went there, it was like 4 people, so we don't go to Nashville really. But overall, everywhere's got something cool, something new to check out. So And it's impossible to really narrow it down. People ask me that sometime, or what's our favorite song, what's my favorite album. Can't really choose it, you know. But as far as like, you know, we look forward to certain places up in like Canada, Edmonton, Montreal, Toronto, Quebec City, you know, Calgary, those cities. We were just up there, they were great shows. Australia's incredible. A lot of the bigger European cities are great for us, so yeah, just keeping busy, always on the move, you know.
And I do actually notice a lot of bands have some albums like that may be huge in the U.S., but maybe a different album altogether that maybe didn't do well here does better.
Sure.
Do you have examples of that?
Not really. Everything kind of follows suit with us. Like a lot of people really like Suburban, Twisted by Design, Exile and Oblivion. Transmission actually got a really good response everywhere. So it seems to kind of follow, you know, with those records. Certain ones of ours don't get as much, you know, attention or whatever, but these days there's so many bands out there. It's hard to even stick out, I think. So I'm just glad to have the diehards that are coming out to see us still. It's pretty cool.
Exile and Oblivion is actually one of my favorite, and I did notice, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, it does look like you guys went off the reservation with Fat Records on that one.
Well, we've always kind of done our own thing and not really stuck to what the label was really kind of known for. And that one I think was definitely a big growth for us. We pushed a lot of new ground with that one. Every few records we'll do that. We'll try to like, you know, reinvent kind of what we do and kind of settle into like what we've done a little more and then, you know, do something else that's a big change. So that one, yeah, definitely was really exciting to write. It was the first time we had done a lot of stuff on that record, and since then that style of that album is incorporated into pretty much everything we do. But it's a pretty dark record all around, but I liked it a lot for that reason. So we may put it out again with a, like remix it or something down the line.
Oh, very
That'd
cool.
be pretty cool.
Yeah, one of the things that I really enjoyed about it, and when I actually first heard you guys, it was off of a, I believe the VHS at the time. It was Peep Show, released by Fat, and you guys had the song Bring Out Your Dead.
Yeah, right. That was the first Peep Show or second one.
Yeah, I believe it was the first one, and I acknowledge that the transition between all of the other bands you guys had were potentially the most edgy. Would be the way I could say.
We just didn't hide from our metal roots,
right?
Like some people did, I think. You know, we were very proud of the fact that we liked heavy metal guitars and solos and, you know, double bass drum parts. And a lot of the other bands on Fat actually grew up liking the same stuff we did, but I think everyone felt a bit of a pressure to tone it down a little. And we were just kind of like, hey, like it's just what we like, you know, so we're going to incorporate that into our sound. But I think it helped us kind of create our own niche.
And that's one of the things I was going to say. You guys definitely have your own niche. It is definitely very broad and very experimentative, and it's very exciting every time you guys release something.
Well, we're trying to just impress ourselves, I guess, make ourselves happy with whatever we put out. Something that lives up to what we've done, that we feel we can live with, whether it succeeds or fails. And luckily, usually, you know, our fans have been really loyal to us, and people generally give a good response to everything we've done. But, you know, some records are better received than others, for sure. But it's very cool. Very fortunate.
Awesome. Well, let's take a look at what we got on tap here. I myself, I have the Black Talon. This is a 9.5%. A little bit of a dark beer, a little bit tasty and a little bit strong, but it's definitely, I wouldn't go as far as calling it a Guinness. It definitely has a lighter taste, not so much of the dark richness, but more of a smooth richness, and it allows you to definitely make it palatable. And
yeah, man, that looks like a serious beer. 9.5 too. That's not kidding around.
Yeah, I tend to go big or go home.
Yeah,
so.
I like the ales too. I like a lot of like Chimay and Stellariums. A lot of the Belgian ales are like 8, 9. Sammy Claus is 14%. That's a great beer.
Ooh,
Austrian.
Sounds deep.
Yeah, they brew it one day a year, so it's a special one. But yeah, we just put out our own beer. We tried to make sure that had some kick to it, so it's 6.1%. So it's pretty good. You know, it's in the upper levels of band beers, at least. A lot of guys put out like 5.4s, 5.5s. So ours is a little bit of a notch from that. This one here is, I think, the Black Cherry Blonde Ale, and that's like a 5.2, which is good for this time of day.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a 4.5 on the Black Cherry, but yeah, it's
still
still good.
4.5, hey.
It's not a competition.
No, well, like I said,
you got a show to perform.
I still have work. I have work in a couple hours, so not trying to get too wasted.
Exactly. Fortunately for me, after this, all I have to do is enjoy the show. Well,
man.
we'll do a little bit of filming too.
Yeah, when it allows.
Absolutely. So for those of you that don't know, they did actually release their own beer, and it is called the Astrolux Golden Ale.
You can find it everywhere. Well, it's starting to be at more places.
Right. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it here to show it off, and demonstrate, but we will have that happen with one of these bands who make their own beer one of these days.
Yeah, well, it's weird. We thought like as soon as we made a beer, we could just take it in our trailer and start selling it at shows and putting it into places around wherever we went. But yeah, it's almost like a mafia. Like you have to like really deal with like a lot of places only want to carry stuff that's local, or they have contracts with it. And it's like pulling teeth to get our beer into like some of these bars, which you think they'd want to do because if they're trying to sell an item, whatever, any beer, they should feature the one that the artist playing that night actually makes. And when we have gone to do it, it sells out pretty much before the show even goes on. So it's been good results.
So hopefully you guys will get to try it. I think this is actually the second band beer that we've discussed. I unfortunately have not been able to try.
Yeah.
But luckily we have very courteous places. We're currently at Desert Eagle Brewing in Mesa, and they've been kind enough to set us up with brews and a place to hang out.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Good stuff too.
I believe I saw something where it had been mentioned if the new drummer was official. Have you guys made that decision yet?
Well, we've been playing with a few different guys over the last 8 months.
That I wasn't aware of. Okay.
Yeah, after Jordan, we parted ways with him. We tried out a few different guys, some really great players. Ended up working with RJ Schenkel, dude from our area, who was in a band called Runaway Kids, and played with him for a few months. Did some great shows. He's a fantastic drummer. And he basically had an opportunity to do one of the final Runaway Kids kind of like big tours that was coming up. Yeah. So he asked, he just basically told us, hey, I think I got to do this thing, and asked if we would, still be available to him when he came back. And it was just like, hey, we'll see what happens. But we had a really great time with him. He fits in the band really well. So, we ended up basically just saying, do what you got to do. We don't want to hold you back from anything, And now, he's recommitted to us. So. Since then, we've been playing with Daniel Bloom, who's a fantastic drummer, and he's a Brazilian dude who lives in Florida. We found his videos online on YouTube of him playing all sorts of stuff. A couple of the guys contacted him, and he was totally willing to fly out to LA, try it out, learn most of the songs, and we were like, dude, that's awesome, man. Just go home, finish the rest of his album, get the album together, and come back and let's do it. So he really took it on, got the whole record dialed. We're playing like about 5 or 6 extra songs as well, so he's an incredible player. You'll see him tonight.
Excellent. And
he did the last 3 weeks in the East Coast with us. Now he's doing this 3-week the West Coast with us. And after this, he's going back to home, and he's going to have a huge future playing with different people. RJ's coming back into our group, and I think that's going to be the lineup for the record. Okay. But like I said, man, we're feeling everything out. But it's just it's been incredibly refreshing to play with like really hungry, talented drummers, and and they're keeping us on our toes.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, you got to have that challenge and someone that's really pushing. And we all try to really push ourselves to take it to the next point. Sometimes to our own detriment. We push ourselves to a point that's almost like impossible to do live. But it's just a lot of fun. We enjoy that. We get off on that challenge, and having some these drummers that are inspiring to us has been really incredible.
So yeah, definitely excited to hear a new album because Fresh Blood always does that.
And, once in a while. It was unfortunate. We loved playing with Jordan for a long time, and I actually was really trying to keep him in the band as long as possible. But there were some issues that came up, and it just had to part ways. But that happens in any relationship after 25, 26 years. I mean, it's pretty incredible it's lasted that long as the original 4 of us, not counting Jim Cherry, who left back in 98, 99. So yeah, man, it's crazy to think that it's been over half my life I've been in this band.
Yeah, no, that's a huge milestone and a huge accomplishment. I can't tell you that I've kept a job that long.
But I wouldn't want it any other way, man. I always wanted to play music and go out and tour and be doing this at whatever level. Don't have to be in some giant band. I'm happy to do it in a band where people actually care about it. Yeah, and it means a lot to them, and they come out and support it. So I've been really fortunate to have that. It's been really cool.
And myself and Ryan, our cameraman, we're definitely excited to see you guys play tonight.
Thank you guys.
Provide you with some great footage and photos as well. So
I always love seeing the playbacks. See how it's sounding.
Again, we got Jake from Strung Out, and again, I'm Aaron, and
cheers, guys.
I'll say cheers to you.
Cheers, buddy.
That's what's on tap,
Thank you for
guys.
having me.
and the people change, and the good times come and the good times go. You found yourself in a windless